November 9th, 1997 is a day that will live in infamy in the sport of professional wrestling. The date of the Montreal Screwjob. My friend on here, Flyers lover, forever, asked me to do this video on my thoughts about the Montreal Screwjob. Well, I can tell ya firsthand, because I was there. Don't believe me? Here's the proof. I mean, I can show you this, or I could show you the chair, but the chair is in storage, and I'm not going to show you the chair. But here you go. Here's the ticket. See? The Molson Center, Survivor Series, November 9th, 1997. Row B, seat 1. That's right, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, I was second row for this. Okay? Now, there's things I can tell you about it. My clothes were used in the match. You see, up there in what many people refer to as Bizarro Land, just like I do here in the States, I like to piss people off. So what I do is every time I go to Canada to a wrestling show, or I did back then, I used to put on my Stars and Stripes pants, shorts, tank top, shirt, bandana, and jacket. And during this match, you'll see a part where Shawn is choking Bret outside the ring with something Stars and Stripes. That was my tank top that I threw to Shawn. You know why? Because Shawn's a friend of mine, and I liked Shawn back then. Okay? And, I think it's on the Wrestling with Shadows DVD, or VHS, whatever you have. I could be wrong, you know, the documentary they did about Bret Hart and the whole Screwjob thing. And I believe on that is where you see him blowing his nose in my spandex shorts. That, again, I threw in the ring at Bret Hart because I didn't like Bret Hart back then. Now, you know, they called it a screw job and whatever. Okay, here's the deal. You had Bret Hart, who was making millions of dollars thanks to Vince McMahon. And you had WCW make him an offer for more money. Now, of course, Bret did want to stay loyal and stay. But deep down, Vince knew that he wouldn't eventually be able to pay Bret. So Vince told him, you know, take the offer, go. Now, here's the thing. Every other champion and every other organization that was ever leaving to go to another company did the right thing and dropped the title. But Bret Hart thought he was special. Or Bret Hart thought he was some fucking kind of god. And because he didn't like Shawn Michaels, didn't want to drop the title to Shawn in Canada. Understandable. No. Bret's like, I would have rather have come out the next night on Raw, said I was leaving, and handed over the title. It doesn't work that way. I even read an interview where Bret said he would have been willing to drop the title to the Brooklyn Brawl like the week before at a house show. So you'd be willing to drop the title to Steve Lombardi, but not to Shawn Michaels. You arrogant fuck you. You and Shawn had some of the greatest matches ever back then. Personal differences aside, you had no reason not to drop the title to him at Survivor Series. But you wouldn't, right? So you know what? They lied to you, Canadian ass. Because if they would have told you the truth, you would have been like, fuck you, and you wouldn't have went along with the plan. So they made up their own plan. And it pissed you off, didn't it, Bret? Huh? After the match, you spit on Vince. You went over to the announce table and broke the fucking little television monitors. You were there standing in the ring going, W-C-W. Yeah, everybody knew you were fucking going, jerk off, so it was no fucking surprise. Yeah, some people were surprised that, you know, you got screwed out of the title, as you call it, and everybody else calls it. But you know what? You didn't do the right thing. And the right thing would have been to job to Shawn, regardless of the fact that you were in Canada or not. Yeah, I know you don't want to lose in front of your own people because you're some kind of fucking god up there. But then again, you weren't shit down here in the States. Why? Because you're from Canada, and Canada, compared to the United States, is Bizarro to Superman. The United States is Superman, and Canada is Bizarro. That's why they call it Bizarro Land up there. Not saying anything against Canadian people, but it's just a statement that's gone on for years. You know, Shawn would always go up to Canada years later, and the fans would still boo him. I mean, the shit was fucking... What is it now? 11 years ago. Get fucking over it and over yourselves. I mean, give me a fucking break now. Shit! It was a fucking wrestling match where a guy fucking lost. A guy that deserved to lose. You know? Yeah, I'm partial towards Shawn Michaels because, I'm friends with Shawn. A year previous to the Survivor Series, I was hanging out with Shawn on my birthday. Shawn worked a house show at the Garden that night, and after the Garden came to my job where I was having my birthday party, and he hung out with me all night. It was cool. It was fun. And yeah, I'm a little biased towards Shawn, but you know what? I also at one point did like Bret Hart. But when it came down to the feud with Shawn Michaels, I sided with Shawn, plain and simple. Now, second row to one of the most infamous nights in the history of wrestling. Tell you one thing, it wasn't a good night to be an American in that arena, especially wearing what I was wearing. But you know what? I handled myself fine. Those fucking fans went ape shit. Those Canadian people went fucking nuts. They couldn't believe that their hero, their legend, their god, lost the title. You know what? It's a fucking wrestling match, people. Deal with it. Bret Hart, you needed to learn to deal with it, and maybe you finally did, but, maybe you'll never truly get over the Screwjob, but, whatever, that's your own opinion. I'm Frankie Love. I gave you my opinion. I'm out. Y'all have a great day. Peace.